Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. My second video today. The first little one was for Jack. Now I haven't had a video up for a few days because I couldn't do much knitting for a few days. That's the reason. I'm nearly finished this sleeve on this cardigan, so I'll only have one more sleeve to do. But in the morning when I do my breakfast, I make myself a pot of tea. But I only have 1 cup out of it, and I put the rest in a flask. I've got a large flask, and I get about another 3 cups of tea out of that flask, and it stays hot all day. Well, it has it's like a plastic screw thing that you screw in the top, the lid. It's quite deep, it's about this deep, and it holds sugar. You can open the top and you can put sugar in it. And I have to tighten that, to put the lid on the flask. Well, I have trouble. I don't have a very good grip. I do have some arthritis in my hand, and I don't have a good grip like I used to. And I could never get this top of that flask. I used to have it was a square mat about that size, probably about the size of this. And it had like little dimple things. It was a rubber mat and had little dimples all over it. And it was great for getting tops off things. But over the years it rotted, being rubber. And I have tried everywhere and I cannot get another one. And, well, I couldn't get the top off this flask. It was, I forget what day it was, 2 or 3 days ago. I could not get the top off. I tried this hand and that hand, and I was putting cloths over trying to get it open. It just would not open. And I've got one of those things that you put on jar lids and that, and you turn it, but there was nothing to grip on it because it's just plastic all the way around. And I really couldn't get it off, and I was getting annoyed. And eventually I put my hand on, I give it a really good twist and turn, and it's like the suction inside the flask sucks the lid in. That's why it won't open. And I did manage to get it open, but when I took my hand off, I couldn't straighten my fingers. My fingers had sort of gone into a spasm. And I've thought, no, it'll wear off. But when I did manage to straighten my fingers, they were sore and they were aching, and so I couldn't do any knitting, so I didn't think it was worth bothering doing a video until I could do a little bit of knitting and show you what I had been doing. I think I had just finished the little set, little Aran cardigan and hat that I'm doing for my friend. I knew I had to have it finished by Thursday because they were going somewhere at the weekend. I wanted it for then, but I did tell her, I says, if you want anything else, I'm afraid you're going to have to be in line like everybody else, because I said, I'm not putting any more things in front of other people. So I managed to get that finished just before it happened, I think it was. I just had to do a little bit sewn. Well, I managed to do a little bit sewn, but I just couldn't do knitting, and I couldn't straighten my thing. Every time I straightened my fingers were aching, and they're okay now. It took 2 or 3 days for them to straighten up, but they're okay now, because I was sort of, oh God, I said, what have I done, but it was just some kind of spasm and that they just wouldn't straighten properly. And so anyway, I've managed, that's the armhole there, and I'm working up the armhole on this cardigan. And I think I've done a little bit, this was before it happened, I had done a little bit of the sleeve on my yellow one. That was about as far as I'd got with that, and it really annoyed me because I haven't been able to really do any knitting for the last few days. But I have another flask. It's a small one, and it has a rubber, it's a different kind of lid. It doesn't screw in. It's got like things you press on the top. One you press to tighten it, and one you press to open it. And it's a little bit smaller than the opening, but when I press it to close it, it pushes the rubber against the side. So I'm trying that, so I just have to press the button in the middle and it pops up. I am not doing what I did on that flask again. I've always had trouble opening that, taking that thing out of that flask, because it's something to do with the suction. The pressure seems to suck the thing in, and it just will not turn when I try to open it. But anyway, I'm hoping I'm back to normal now and getting what I did. But I was at my bingo yesterday and I won £70 again. I got dirty looks off everybody in there. It's not a great big place, you know. I think the reason we have more chance of winning when there's not so many people in. But I did get a few dirty looks again, you know, because I had won money like that the last time. Wasn't there last week, but my friend wanted me to go for a meal before we went to the bingo, so I had to leave. She said to pick her up at 6 o'clock, which meant I had to leave my home about 5:30. Well, you know, it was time for everybody coming out of work and the road was terrible. The traffic. It took me 3/4 of an hour to get from my house. I was supposed to pick her up at 6, but it was 6:15 by the time I got to her house. When I got onto the A1, the traffic was bad from where I live up to getting onto the A1. Anyone that might know that area, I go as far as the Gosforth Park Hotel and join the A1 from there. And there was a queue right around the island and up the road. Really long queue waiting to get onto the road where the traffic lights were all causing the problem. Then I did get on and there was that much traffic on the road. They've been widening the roads on the A1. We've got an extra lane so that when you go onto a slip road, you don't have to wait for, you know, people to let you on because there's now 3 lanes. And most people use the fast lane and the middle lane, which I use the middle lane once I get on, so that you leave that other lane free for all the slip roads joining the A1. So I'm driving in the middle one. Well, there was that much traffic when I came to the slip road that I was getting near the slip road that I was going to go off. I had to go on to cross over onto the left-hand lane, and then I have to cross over onto another lane to get onto the road that I want to go on. Well, there was that much traffic coming up on those roads, and I thought, hey, I'm never going to be able to get off here. I'm going to be up the next slip road before. Then I was slowing down to try to let them all get past, but that was causing the traffic behind me to slow down as well. But I did manage to get off eventually and got up to my friend and I said, there's no way am I coming for a meal again. I says, I'm not leaving my house until round about 7 o'clock. I started leaving about 10 to 7, pick my friend up a little bit later because there wasn't so much traffic on the road then, but there was everybody coming out of work. It was just too much traffic on the road. And if I ever do travel that time again, I'm going to stay in that lane all the time. Instead of going into the middle lane, I'm going to stay in that left-hand lane. And anybody that wanted to join from the other slip roads is going to have to wait till I get past. But anyway, like I'm saying, I had a good night and I did win, and I gave my friend the little cardigan and the little hat that I had done, the Aran cardigan hat that I had done for my friend. So I'm going to show you, because I haven't got it here to show you, because I haven't done a video, you know, when I had finished it. So, but I have got a photograph and I've made like a small few second video so you can have a look. And I put that picture of that up on, I'm on one or two groups on Facebook, a knitting network and my own thing, and I had quite a lot of compliments for that cardigan and that hat. Everybody liked it. And it was actually, the pattern I used was actually this one here. How I knit it to use this, but this pattern starts from a 26 and it is a V-neck. And I did a little bit of alteration to make it smaller, 22 to 24, to make it a button up. And I altered the cables a little bit, and if you can see the pattern here, it's like a moss stitch here, but a single moss stitch. I made it double moss stitch, and I did a lot of alteration, so it's actually my own pattern because it is downsized from this one. It's not exactly the same as that pattern. And the hat was my own as well. I used the same pattern that I put on the cardigan, I put onto the hat. So that was one little thing that I had to show you. And now I have another little video I'm going to show you. Another photograph I've had sent to me. It's one of my subscribers, Rhiannon. She sent me, I've done quite a few little cardigans for her two little girls, I think 22s and 24s. And she sent me a photograph of, I don't know whether it's the oldest daughter or youngest daughter. They call her Faith. And she sent me a photograph of one of the little cardigans that I knit for to let me have a look. And she says a daughter, when she's at, I don't know if it's at nursery or school, but when she goes there, she won't wear anything else but the cardigans that I knit her, because she says they're lovely and comfortable and lovely and warm. That's what the little girl said. So I'm going to show you the photograph that Rhiannon sent me. I asked Rhiannon for permission to show the photograph, and she said it was okay. So I'd just like you to see what she looks like in one of my little cardigans. And that's a lovely photograph of a lovely little girl. And I really like to see how some of my things look on people when I knit them for them. And you know, I've had to shut my curtain in the living room today. I have this problem with the sun when I use my laptop. And I'm using my tablet today, and the sun's shining in there and it's spoiling that video as well. I've shut one half of the curtains, but if I shut the other half, it's going to make it dark. And I've had one or two, when I do videos on my laptop, the sound on my laptop is very low. But I usually have a speaker in for to use it. And one or two people have mentioned that the sound was low on when I've actually done them on my laptop. So the sound, I'm thinking it depends on your own computer, if you're watching it on your computer on your phone, because the videos I do on my laptop, the sound's all right when I do on my phone and when I show them on my tablet. But when I do them on my laptop, the sound is low. And I think it's just my laptop. I think anybody else watching it'll be all right on theirs. But I have had one or two people mention about the sound being low. So I've decided I'm just going to keep on using my tablet, just in case just in case the sound is low all the time, because I don't know, it seems okay on nobody else. Nobody else seems to have complained, but I have had a couple of people complain the sound's low. So I'll just keep using my tablet. It's easier because of the sun ruining everything on my laptop anyway. As soon as the sun comes out, I can't use my laptop anyway for videos. So that's my little bit for today. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video as soon as I get some more knitting done. So bye for now.